quite upsets me, but I just think it's time to party. And I've been partying pretty much all day.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be going through all my eyeshadow palettes. I might have to break this video up into 2, maybe 3 different parts depending, but we'll just kind of see. So yeah, I thought we'll just start from the top. Obviously if you've seen the rest of my videos, you've seen this section here. Obviously I didn't go through my eyeshadow palettes in the other videos because we were focusing on lips and that kind of thing. I did forget to mention in my other video that I do have these 2. These are his liquid frosts. So I have one in the shade Frozen Peach and then I have one in the shade Ice Cream Bowling. I do like these, but I prefer these for displaying, to be honest. And I also do have the Jeffree X Morphe setting spray. So yeah, sorry, I forgot what I was saying then. So let's go ahead and get straight into the first palette. By the way, I'm really sorry if you can see my nails. They are totally grown out. I just haven't had a chance to take them off yet. Obviously at the moment we're all in lockdown, so you know, I just haven't had a chance to take mine off. I will be doing it very soon, but yeah. So the first palette, obviously I do have more Jeffree style palettes, but I keep these ones up here because I just feel like they're special. So yeah. The first palette obviously we have is Blood Sugar. This was the first palette I ever purchased. It is expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but it is 100% worth it. So this is what the palette looks like. I'm pretty sure you've probably all seen it before. Such a gorgeous palette, like it's got so many nice tones in it. It's just really warm toned, but there is a couple of cool tone shades, like the Sugarcane shade's quite cool tone, then the O Positive shade's quite cool tone. So it's like a mixture of cool and warm tone shades, but it's very cohesive. I love the mattes in this palette. I feel like his mattes in this palette are amazing. He doesn't have too many shimmers, but the shimmers that he does have are my favourite. I do prefer Donor out of Sweetener and Candy Floss, but overall I do recommend this palette. It is expensive, but you kind of get what you pay for, to be honest. The next palette is the obviously famous Blue Blood palette. The packaging, like can we just... It is gorgeous. Obviously this is aimed for your blue toned lovers. It's gorgeous. I feel like there is a couple of greeny shades in here, like this shade here, Flourishing, Minty is a bit more on the green kind of side. But overall such a gorgeous palette. Obviously it is very cool toned. But it's nice as well because there is pops of like neutral shades like Wealthy, Celebrity Skin, like Crystal Flesh, Untouchable and Priceless. They're more like your neutral, so you can kind of get a neutral look out of it, but there isn't any like deeper tone brown shades or anything. It's mainly just like nudie kind of shades, which is still nice because it goes with the rest of the palette. But yeah, really like this one. Next we have the Jeffree Star X Shane Dawson Mini Controversy palette. I've literally only used this maybe once or twice. I don't know why. I feel like I didn't get it when it first launched. I got it when it came back on eBay. But yeah, this is gorgeous. So stunning. It is a gorgeous palette. Like the shades in here are so stunning, but you definitely need, I feel, a companion palette to kind of go with it. But you can get a look out of this without using another palette. Is it worth the money? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. They are coming back out with, I'm not too sure when it will be now, they are coming back out with another version of this with the green shade, I think, in the middle or something. The next palette I have is the Conspiracy palette. I don't know why I keep this one in the packaging still, but I just do. I've literally used this once or twice. I need to use it some more. I just find it difficult when things go out of stock quite quickly. I'm like, oh, do I want to use it on my Instagram because people can't get it? Do you know what I mean? But it is a gorgeous palette, like seriously stunning. It is one of the most unique palettes that I own, I would say. But I still think it's quite nice because again, you still have this top row of shades. Like if you cover up the rest of it kind of, you can see like these neutrals are gorgeous for every day. And I feel like a lot of people would be able to get that use out of them. But then you've also got these 2 shades which are just like crazy. I have used, what have I used before? I've used Not a Fact, Pigment, Trisha. I think I've used Sleep Paralysis before and I really liked that, but I do want to use this some more because it is very gorgeous. The next palette is his newest to his collection. It is the Bloodlust palette. I know I said in my video when I reviewed this that I wasn't going to keep this packaging, but then I ended up doing because I was like, I want to put it on display and I don't want it to get dirty, even though I think I've made it dirty already. So this is obviously what the palette looks like. It is so bloody gorgeous. Like, oh, look at it. It's stunning. And the inside is even more gorgeous. Like, it's such a bulky palette, but I don't care. It is gorgeous. I have got a YouTube video using this. If I remember, I will try and put it in the description box down below, if I can remember. But yeah, this is so gorgeous. I need to get more use out of it because these shades are just beautiful. Like, they are beautiful. Especially this green shade. Oh, I need to use it. I don't think I've used it. I've definitely swatched the whole palette, but I haven't used every single shade, obviously. But yeah, this is gorgeous. Okay, so then moving on to this drawer. It's crazy. The drawer above it is obviously my face palettes, which I did go through. Again, I'll link that video. I'll link my other two videos actually down below so you guys can check it out if you want to. But yeah, this is a well-loved drawer, to be honest with you. It is crazy. So I'll go through my Jeffree Star palettes first, because obviously we want to keep in the theme. So obviously the first palette I have is the Mini Breaker palette. This is stunning. Like, it's honestly so gorgeous. I just love this whole palette. This one, obviously, because it came out with the Jawbreaker palette, I feel like these two palettes go really nicely together. But you could still have this one on its own. But I just feel like by itself you still need something to go with it, otherwise your looks are just going to be quite similar. You're only going to be able to make a couple of looks out of it. But yeah, such a gorgeous palette. Stunning. The next palette I have is the Thirsty palette. This is one that he has now discontinued from his collection, which is a shame because this is actually stunning. Like, it's gorgeous. This shade here, Divine, is beyond beautiful. Like, this whole row of shimmers, amazing. Like, seriously stunning. And obviously the matte shades again perform amazingly. I don't really use this palette for the matte. I mainly use it for the shimmers, to be honest with you, because the shimmers in this palette, like, he really outdid himself. But yeah, it's such a gorgeous palette. It's a shame you can't get it anymore. The next palette is the Alien palette. This is the other one that he discontinued. I think these are the only two that he did. I think these are the only two palettes that he did discontinue. As you can see, this is a crazy palette. Crazy. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Really cute. Very alien-y themed. I've used this palette a few times, like, over the years, because I've had it for a couple of years, I think, now. I don't really use it much now, but I actually want to. Like, looking at it again, I'm like, this is gorgeous. Like, why haven't I been using this? But I do have a couple of looks on my Instagram, definitely from a couple of years ago, using this, and I loved it. So yeah, gorgeous. The shades in here as well are beautiful. Like, I did a look using the purple and then blended into like this orangey shade, and it was stunning. The next palette I have is obviously the Jawbreaker palette. This is gorgeous. I've only used this a couple of times. I don't know why, because it is stunning. It's so pretty. Again, Jeffree's palettes just always amaze me because the quality is phenomenal. Like, it's actually amazing. So yeah, I'm really glad that I have it. I do need to play with it some more. This is definitely his more colourful palette, but I feel like every single palette that he comes out with, it's always different, which is why I like to spend my money on him, because like, I know the quality is amazing. I know he's going to come out with something so crazy. Next we'll move on to my Huda Beauty palettes, because they're here. I do have another two palettes in my other drawers, which I will get to maybe this video, maybe the next video, we'll have to see. So this palette is the Amethyst Obsessions palettes. These are really cute. They're really cute. I've used this a couple of times and I really like it. Such a cute purple palette. If you want in, like, I know Colourpop do monochromatic palettes, but if you're wanting something a bit more bougie, then this is like a good brand to go for. They are expensive, but the quality is 100% there. Like, I cannot lie. The quality is amazing. I really like this one. So much so that I actually picked up the Sapphire Obsessions because I love blues. and greens, that kind of colour. And I felt this is gorgeous. Like these shades in here, especially like this shade, stunning. This shade as well, it's gorgeous. Such a great palette, and you can use all the matte shades and you can probably create a different look each time. Obviously you're not going to get that many looks out of it because it's only a small palette. So yeah. Moving on, I have the first ever palette that I purchased from Huda Beauty, and oh my god, it broke my bank account. This is the Rose Gold Obsessions palette. This first one, the first edition, doesn't exist anymore. She came out with a second edition, which kind of annoyed me because I was kind of like, that's great, but people who already have the first one aren't going to buy the second one again, or aren't going to want to buy the second one again, because it's basically the same shades. A lot of people had problems with these shades up top. I didn't. I actually quite like the shades. Didn't really have a problem with them. So yeah, I'm not too sure if, you know, she just reformulated them or if she reformulated her mattes as well, but I wasn't going to buy the other one. I like this one, so yeah. The next palette I have from her is the Desert Dusk palette. I got this and I haven't really used it that much, and I don't know why. I'm going to have to start like doing a weekly palette kind of series where I just use one palette for 1 week and create like loads of looks out of it. But yeah, this palette is gorgeous. This shade here, Retrograde, I know I said I wasn't going to swatch, but it's definitely more like a topper. I thought it was going to be more pigmented than that. But even so, it is stunning. But yeah, I thought it was going to be more pigmented than that. I don't know why. But the shades in here are gorgeous. I know her mattes are amazing. But I just feel like the shimmers in this palette aren't that great. I have used a couple of them. Like I said, like that shade looks gorgeous in the pan, but then I just swatch So Sheer is more like a topper. But yeah, I do like this palette, but I don't really recommend it, to be honest with you. I'd recommend one of her newer ones, which I will show you when we get to it. So yeah, I'm going to do my Luna Beauty palettes. I do have another one as well in my other drawer, so we'll get to that as well. I'm trying to this one. I have all of his palettes other than the, I can't get this one out. Yeah, so I have all of his palettes other than the Greek Goddess palette, which is never been on Beauty Bay, so that's a shame. But yes, yeah, so the first palette I ever got from him was obviously the Life's a Drag palette. I love this. Like, this is gorgeous. I really like the layout of it because you look on this side, you've got your mattes. Wait, what am I trying to say? You look on this side and you've got your neutrals, and then you look on this side and you've got your colours, and I just think it's a really cute palette. These shimmer shades are also amazing. So look at them. Oh my god. The hell, they're gorgeous. They are stunning. Like, seriously stunning. So I do really like this palette. I'm not even too sure how much it is. I think it's like £40 maybe, but I do recommend it. And the next palette I have from him is his Moonspell palette. This is his newest one that he came out with. Oh, sorry. So this is his, like, you can't really see it properly. There you go. It is his, like, Halloween palette from 2019, so last year. These shades are gorgeous. I personally wanted this palette because I just felt like purple and green together are amazing. Like, I can't even. So these shades are all stunning, very unique, I find, especially these greens. I feel like they're very different to what you usually see. Do you know what I mean? They're really gorgeous shades. This palette is actually amazing, so I do recommend it. It doesn't have to be used for, obviously, like Halloween. You can use it for every day as well, because you've also got your neutrals. But yeah, really, like, you're paying for this palette because the packaging is so sleek. Look at this. It's like a book. It's literally like a book, and I find that so satisfying. So packaging, the whole palette, like, it's amazing, and I do recommend it. So I'm going to move on to my Morphe palettes. I have quite a few, so yeah. The first ones I'll go through, just these ones here. These are the Jaclyn Hill, the Vault collection. So much controversy over these. Let me just run through them quickly. So the first palette we have is the Bling Boss palette. I actually really like this palette, I can't even lie. It's actually really nice. Stunning, the shades are gorgeous. I didn't experience too much patchiness with this one, but it wasn't the best quality, let's just say that. The next palette is the Armed and Gorgeous. This is probably my favourite palette, mainly for this coin shade. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, see? Morphe can kill it. They can actually kill it with their shades. But yeah, this palette is gorgeous. Again, I did experience a little bit of patchiness, but not too much with this one. This is definitely my favourite out of the 4. I just feel like it's very unique. The next palette is the Ring the Alarm palette. Again, some gorgeous shades in here. I feel like they killed it more with the shimmers in these palettes than the mattes. The mattes are just a little bit patchy, but I can still make it work. I haven't used them for a while, so maybe I'll like pull these back out again and do another video using them, or try and do a look using them again to see if they're still as patchy. This is a gorgeous one. It's very like neutral, so if you do want a neutral palette, maybe that one's good. But yeah, the next palette is the Dark Magic palette. Sorry, I was going to say Dark Matter. And this is gorgeous as well. Again, I did experience some patchiness, but I'm going to have to play with it again because I only played with it once. I didn't really like the look I came out with. I don't really like the look I came up with this one. So they are good palettes, but I just prefer her first one and her bulk collection. The next palette I have is the newest one from them, the 24A Artistry palette. I did receive this because I'm on their GLAMFAM list, which I'm so grateful for. How do I open it? So I haven't had a chance to play with this one yet, because it is brand new and I literally just got it the other day. But I will be doing, if you want me to do a review testing video on this palette, just let me know, because I think I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm not too sure. So this is what the palette looks like. Oh, look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually can't. This is gorgeous. It's actually stunning. Obviously this row here, the colourful shades in this row here these 3 rows call my name the most. But I do think these are really nice as well because they're more neutral, and there's also a couple of shimmer shades in here which, you know, if you didn't want to use glitter, because obviously this palette is majority mattes and glitter, if you didn't want to use the glitter, you still have a couple of neutral shimmer shades which will go with the majority of the shades. But these are gorgeous, look at them. These glitter shades, I really want to use them, and obviously I want to use this shade as well, because this shade here is stunning. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up properly. It's actually gorgeous, so I'm so excited to use this. The next palette I have is a palette I've purchased but I've not actually used yet. It is I think I've just used it for the highlights actually. It is the Morphe X Mani MUA Glam Palette. This palette is gorgeous. It is stunning. The shades in here are amazing. They're not pressed pigment, so they're not as pigmented as a pressed pigment. They're just like a normal shadow. I think these might work better over like a set base, but I'm not too sure. But these shades are gorgeous. I have tried these highlighters as well. I tried this shade and I actually really like it, so I need to play with this one some more. The next palette is I think this is the 25L palette, but I'm not too sure. I'll leave it on the screen. But this is gorgeous. I'm not too sure if it's in stock still or not, but it was the last time I checked. I think it might have gone back out of stock. If it's in stock, I'll leave it down below because I highly recommend it. A great palette for you. Obviously, you've got every single colour that you need in here, I feel. So yeah, great palette. Again, really affordable. The next palette is my James Charles palette. Say what you want about James Charles, this palette is amazing. Got some gorgeous shades in here. I highly recommend this one if you want it. I would say get the smaller version because obviously this is quite bulky. But yeah, I really highly recommend it. Great if you're just starting out in makeup because obviously you've got your neutrals. And then you've obviously got pops of colour, so it's just a great overall palette. Okay, the next palette is the 39S Such a Gem palette. If you are liking purples, this is a gorgeous palette because it has a lot of purples in it, but it is stunning, and it's also got a couple of neutral shades in it as well, which is great. Obviously, if you're just wanting like a neutral everyday look, you can definitely get it with this palette. And there's also a pressed glitter in here as well, which I haven't used. I think that might be a pressed glitter as well. I'm not too sure, but yeah, this palette is stunning. I've only used it a couple of times, but I need to use it some more because it is beyond beautiful. Stunning. The next palette I have is the 39A. Can't get it out. The 39A Dare to Create palette. I love this one as well. I'm just going to say it about every single palette. I love this one. The only problem I have with this palette is there's not a lot of like lighter blending out shades. They're all quite deep, so for me I need another palette to kind of go with this one to blend these shades out. But other than that, this palette is gorgeous, really nice. Got some really nice, like this row here is really nice. Oh god, really nice neutrals. Obviously you've got quite a few neutrals in here. You've also got like pops of blue, green, cranberry kind of shades. Really nice. This was the first big palette I got from them, and I literally loved it for ages. I still love it to this day. I still recommend it. The next palette I have is the, I think it was the holiday collection for last year. This is the Hit the Lights palette. This is stunning. This is the one they came out with loads of different creators. So they collabed with like Tweely and a couple of other people. So each person has their own little section, which is quite cute. I quite like that. Obviously I think this is a great palette because it has these neutral shades here. I think this is like Tweely's corner. Then there's this part here which has got your bright vivid mattes and a couple of shimmers, and then you have this bit up here which is more your warm tones, and then you have this section here which is like just crazy unique colours, just something a bit different. And then you have this full row of like shimmers in the middle, which is quite nice. I would have liked it if there was a couple more mattes in the middle maybe, as well as shimmers, because then you have something to kind of like blend stuff out with if there's not the right kind of shade, if that makes sense. But yeah. So the next palette I have from them is the Morphe X Jeffree Star palette. Again, I actually adore this palette. It's really nice, got some really nice shades in here. Again, it's got another pressed glitter, which is great. You've got a lot of neutrals, a lot of warm tones, you've got pinks, you've got greens. I think there's a lot you can do with this palette, and I think it's gorgeous, and obviously the quality is amazing. I really like that. I like how Jeffree did collab with them, especially because this is obviously a cheap palette, so obviously he wanted to create something which was his, but was also cheaper as well. And the next palette is the Jaclyn Hill palette number 2, volume 2 palette. Again, Morphe did send this to me through the GLAMFAM PR kit. I love this. I've definitely done a video on this, so I'll obviously link that down below if I remember. But I love the shades in here. I've definitely done a couple of looks with this and I love it. Everything works together beautifully. I know a lot of people said they had problems with the purples, but I actually haven't had problems with them. The only thing that I don't really like is the shimmers that much. I feel like the shimmers, like this shimmer here is amazing, but it's like very sheer. Again, it's more of like a topper, but I've heard of people say that if they just apply this all over a cut crease, it does crack and doesn't stay. But when I did mine, I did put it over the shade Flawed and Awed, and it seemed to work perfectly fine. So yeah, maybe you're better putting it on top of another shadow, so it sticks better. The next palette is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette. I got it when it first launched, so obviously it's in that older packaging. I know again there's a lot of controversy going around with this palette about how they've changed it from like vegan to now non-vegan. I don't agree with that. I feel like if you change a formula, you should let your customers know. But yeah, I still like the first original palette is amazing. I love it. The mattes are amazing. The shimmers are amazing. I personally don't see the point in this section down here. Especially like the purple shade and the blue shade. Like I feel like it doesn't really, I can never really use it. I don't know why. I just can't seem to fit it in with a look properly. But maybe that's just me. I just don't feel like it's needed in the palette, especially because it's majority neutral. So yeah. But I still like the palette and I still recommend it. I'm not too sure if the formula's changed and the formula isn't as good. Maybe don't get it, but yeah. The next palette is the 3503 palette. I had the 35 the original and the second one, and then I just got rid of them because I was like, I don't like them. But this one I feel like is definitely more up my alley, especially for this green shade here. A bit random, but it kind of does work with the rest of the palette, and I feel like these shades, there's a lot more like different shades, if that makes sense. Like in the 35 I feel like a lot of the oranges look the same, whereas in this one there's definitely more diverse tones, if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, I do like this palette. I 100% recommend it. Then I have the Morphe 35F palette, which I've debated getting rid of because I'm just not 100% sure on it. But the tones in here is gorgeous. I feel like this is a gorgeous palette for fall. Obviously it's a 35F and it's like fall into something. Fall palette, I'm not too sure, I'll leave it on the screen. But the shades in here are gorgeous. Like, oh, the shimmers are actually like amazing. Like I literally can't. Look at that. Like them, the shimmers, like Morphe can kill it with their shimmers. But again, I feel like in this palette, a lot of the shades are very similar. Like especially the top row. Like these shades, oh god, I stopped it. These shades basically look like the same shade. So yeah, I don't even think I have the name sheet for this anymore. I don't even know if it came with a name sheet. I don't even remember. The next two palettes I have, obviously it's Morphe, these are the last two. So I have the 18A Blue UA palette. I haven't tried this yet, but my friend from work actually got me this, and before I left, because I moved from London to Manchester in January, and oh my god, I need to play with it, because this shade here, this shade is calling my name. That's actually really pretty. It's a bit more of a topper, but I feel like it would be buildable. This palette is actually gorgeous. Thank you so much, Naz, for gifting that to me. Thank you. I don't know if you're going to watch this video, but yeah. And then the last palette I have from them is the 18B. This is the Making Bank palette. Again, I haven't tried this properly yet because I only got it like late last year. And like last year, like December time, I was basically packing everything up. So I didn't really have chance to do a lot of looks, that kind of thing. But I need to use this palette because these shades, especially this shade here. I need to use that. I need to use that because that is gorgeous. Okay, I'm basically sitting on the floor now, guys. So this is like my second palette drawdown. In here I've got a lot of random palettes. I try and keep my brands all together, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. So we'll start with this side. So I do have a couple of Too Faced palettes. I did get rid of quite a few last year before I moved. I got rid of like pretty much all the chocolate bar palettes. So the first palette I have here is the Gingerbread Palette. I actually really like this. I don't know if it's still available or not, but obviously it was from Christmas, not last year, the year before. They came out with another gingerbread kind of palette last year, but I obviously just didn't really want it. These shades in this palette are gorgeous. I really like them. Really pigmented, really easy to blend. Definitely one of their best palettes, I would say, to be honest. The next palette I have is the Sweet Peach palette. I am like never going to get rid of this because when it first launched, they were like, we're not going to launch worldwide. They were like, we're just going to launch on like the Too Faced website or something like that. And I was like, I need it. So a friend from America actually got it and sent it over to me. So I'm literally never going to get rid of it because I spent so much money basically getting it over here. But this shade, Luscious, is stunning. Look at that. Oh my god. That is gorgeous. Such a gorgeous palette. Really nice. I will get rid of it at some point, but just not yet. I then have the Clover palette, which I don't know if this is still available or not. I think it might be, I'm not too sure. This is what it looks like on the inside. Really fun colours, definitely one of their more unique palettes. To be honest with you, I've used it a few times and I still really like it, so yeah. I then have a lot of their Christmas collection, because that's the main thing that I actually collect from them. So I have one from 2018, which looks like this. Stunning palette. I don't want to get rid of these because the majority of them were purchased as gifts for me, so I did get them for like Christmas or my birthday. I usually ask for like 2 face palettes for my birthday or Christmas because my birthday is in December. So yeah, I really like this palette. I then have the Merry Macaroons palette. I'm not too sure what the year this is from. I think it might have, oh, it says 2016, but I feel like it was like 2017, or maybe the same year as the first palette. Still a gorgeous palette, really nice shades. I'll run through these ones. These are the ones they released last year, 2019. So I'm not too sure what this was from. It was like a little gingerbread house thing. So there's like this one which has sparkly shades in it, so like glitter shades with like 2 matte shades, really nice. And this came with it. And then it also came with a face palette, which I have probably shown you guys. I haven't even used this palette, but I need to. I'll definitely be using it like off camera because I don't think you can get it anymore. But it is a stunning palette. Again, I will probably never get rid of like a lot of these because they're my favourites. I did get rid of a couple last year before I moved, like ones that I just didn't feel like were as great for me to keep. I then have this palette, which again, I'm actually not too sure what it's called. I wish they put it on here because I didn't want to keep the whole packaging, obviously. I'll try and find out what it's called. I think it's so cute because you can open it like that. I think it's like Christmas Star, I think, and it came with like a mascara and a lip gloss. So I really like it. I have used this and I love it. I need to use this shade here because it's like a glittery shade. Wow, it's quite chunky. That is gorgeous. Oh my god. Oh, that is stunning. I have used like the purpley shades. Like I've used this Ornament to Be shade, and I have used a couple of the blush shades and the bronzer shade, and I have used the highlighter as well. Really cute palette. Obviously I get them more for like packaging because that's just me. I'm a sucker for packaging. Next I have this palette, which this again did come with 2 other face palettes. This is like the Eyeshadow Palette version. This again came out last year with the other 3 palettes I showed you. I haven't used this palette properly, but I need to because these shades are gorgeous. I did get all of these as gifts as well, so I don't really want to get rid of them yet. This next one is from not last year but the year before, and it came in like the shape of a Christmas tree, so it came like this, and there was like a smaller one for on top. So this one is got like a lot of like warm tone shades. It's quite boring, it's quite cute, I quite like it. And then there's this one as well, which is like this more like cool toned, really cute. And then this also came out 2018. Really cute palette, really nice. And then the last palette from them, I have this one, which is, again, I think this came out 2017. I know it says 2018, but this was like Christmas 2017, so they came out with like a diary for like 2018. I love this palette. I love this one. It's gorgeous. Cool. Okay, so then over here I have the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette. This is the first one that they came out with, and look at it. It is stunning. I highly recommend this palette. This one, or the new XL one, which I'll show you in a minute, is amazing. I love it. Gorgeous. The shades are amazing. They blend out. They're pigmented. Such a good palette. And then I have the Lick and Lash Flamingo Beach palette. I haven't played with this too much. I've used a couple of shades, you know, like in conjunction with other palettes, but I need to use the full palette. But it is gorgeous, especially this shade here. I think I used this in a recent look actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Look at that. Oh my god. This is gorgeous. It's actually stunning. I cannot. But their palettes are always really good. They're a little bit expensive. They're more like an indie brand, but I 100% recommend them. 100%. I then have the Lick and Lash. Again, this is a playful palette. Oh, this is gorgeous. Very unique. Obviously you've got one side which is like your pinky, orangey, purple shades, and on this side you've got your bluey, greeny shades, which are really nice. I haven't played this palette too much, but I need to. And then lastly, in this side, I have the Carnival palette. This is the XL Pro palette. This is a newer version. Again, it's massive. It's huge. We've got some amazing shades in here. There's a couple of duplicates from the other palette in this one, like Funky. I think Mood might be one. Wasted, definitely one. But I feel like you don't need both. But I feel like if you were going to get one, I would say get this one because it's bigger. And there's more shades for you to play with, but that's completely down to you. I recommend both. Then I have two Missecbeauty palettes. I think that's how you pronounce the name. So I have the Paradise Fallen palette, which is obviously like your more purpley shades. I did have a couple more, but I got rid of them. I sold them to Good Homes because I just wasn't using them. But this one is really unique. I just really like it. I'm a sucker for purple. And then I have the Slice of Paradise palette, which is like the rainbowy kind of one, which I really like. I need to use this one because it's stunning. They're not cheap either, they're like £30, so. Then I have a couple of Beauty Bay palettes. I also have a couple, you know, some other drawers as well. So the first one I have is the Bright Matte palette. Literally full of every single bright matte shade you will ever need in your life. Really nice, really gorgeous. Great if you're wanting just loads of different bright colourful mattes. There's literally 42 shades of them, so yeah. I then have the Evolve palette, which I haven't really played with properly, but I need to, especially because this shade here is, I thought it was going to be more pigmented. It's definitely like a topper kind of shade. Can you kind of see there? So stunning though, like honestly, it's gorgeous. Really like, I love their palettes, especially because they're only like £23 and you get like 42 shades. Like, what the hell? I've used the Identity palette quite a bit. Really like this one, really nice. Any Beauty Bay palette I recommend, highly, highly. I then have a couple of the other ones. I have the Everything You Need Bright 16 colour palette. So this has got like loads of different colours in it. Some of them are like duplicated in other palettes, if that kind of makes sense. Like the smaller versions of this palette, which are like, some of them have like the same shades in, so. Then I have the Everything You Need Berry 16 palette. Really nice neutral shades. Really pretty. I don't need to go into too much detail, but I do recommend any of them, to be honest with you, because I think they're just all amazing. And then I have the Fiery palette, which looks like this. Really nice shades. This shade here. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's gorgeous. I'm sorry if you can hear music from someone living upstairs. That is stunning. You could probably use it as a highlighter as well. That is gorgeous. I need to use that. Okay, in the next drawer down I have a lot of random kind of palettes. Mainly like drugstore, a couple high-end towards this end. So yeah, we'll start off with my Revolution palette. I basically decluttered a lot of my Revolution palettes because I just found like I had too many and I just didn't really use them all. So I did get rid of quite a few. So let's start over here. This is the Alexis Stone palette. I basically didn't get the big version of this because I just didn't need it. But I just feel like these shades in here are so flipping unique that I wanted it. Like this shade here. That is gorgeous. Look at that. And like this shade. Like I just feel like the shades in here are so unique that I wanted to get it because Like, they're very different. The formula is very different in this palette to what Revolution has ever come out with before. But I also feel like if you don't have a lot of colourful palettes, to get his other palette as well, because it would be a great companion palette for that. Next I have the Soap palettes. My palette is basically like a little bit broken, tiny bit. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Obviously you can see that I literally destroyed this white shade. I literally only used this palette for so long. You can see I like a massive dip in this gold here. I love this palette so much. I highly recommend it. I want to do more looks with it because I haven't played with it in a while, but so I will do. Mine literally doesn't close properly anymore. I've broken it somehow. I then have the Extra Spice palette, which I love this one as well. So stunning. Got a lot of gorgeous shades in there. I don't know why, I still prefer the first one, but this one is still gorgeous as well. Like, these shimmers are incredible, the mattes are incredible. I feel like when it comes to Revolution's collab palettes, they knock it out of the park every single time. They just kill it with their collab palettes, which is the main reason why I basically only really purchase their collab palettes anymore. The next palette I have is the Roxy palette. This is the Colour Burst palette. I don't know why I keep packaging because I just don't need to. This is gorgeous. These shades in here are stunning. Like, oh, this shade. I said I wasn't going to swatch, and here I am swatching. But yeah, this palette is really good. Again, a really nice colourful palette. A lot of like pastel colours in here. I've done a couple of looks with that. I really like it. Sorry. I've done a couple of looks with that palette and I really like it. I'm going to get rid of the packaging. I then have the Ride or Die palette from Roxy as well. I like how she came out with two different palettes, like a neutral one and a colourful one. As you can see, I've pretty much been loving the shade Yes. It is stunning. Definitely a different kind of formula. Like, it is so creamy to touch. Like, oh my god. You're better applying it with your finger, I think. Because I think I tried applying it with a brush and it just wasn't picking up properly. But as you can see, that is so pigmented. It is gorgeous. I also like the shade here, Shook as well. I haven't even used this shade. Oh my god. This palette is gorgeous. I've used it a couple of times. I do want to use it some more, obviously, because them shades are crazy. Crazy. Do you see that reflection? A good shimmer always gets me. Actually, always gets me. I then have the Jack palette. And this is, I don't think it has a name for it, they know. I don't know why I was thinking it does. Makeup by Jack. I love him. I think he creates some amazing looks. This palette is definitely one of my favourites from Revolution. I love it. I've used it quite a few different times. The shades in here, I love it because I just feel like it's like, he has like 4 little sections and they all go together, but then you can also use it all together. I love it. I need to use it some more because this palette is just amazing. The other thing I don't like is the name sheet, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to keep the packaging because I don't feel like I need to. I then have one of the Rachel Leary palettes. I did have the bigger version as well, but I just decided that I didn't need it and I can literally just use this one and I love it. Such a gorgeous palette. I love this shade as a blush. It's obviously it's meant to be a blush anyway, but it's gorgeous. These shades here are so stunning. Okay, then over here I have some more palettes, obviously different kind of palettes. I have 2 of the Revolution Heartbreakers palettes. I have done a video using these, so if you want to see that video, I'll link it down below if I can remember. Then I have a couple of Juvia's Place palettes. I am very tempted to get rid of these because I just don't use them. So I have the mini Masquerade palette. It is gorgeous, but I just don't tend to reach for it and I don't know why. I just feel like I just prefer other kind of palettes more. I then have the Magic palette from them as well. Their palettes are huge. Look at that, I'm never going to finish that. But I prefer this one to the Mini Masquerade palette. I don't know why, I just feel like the shades in here are more unique. There's a lot more shimmer, so you do need another palette to kind of go with it to get some more mattes. But it is a great palette. I really like Jeffree's palettes, but I don't know, I got rid of quite a few of them because I just didn't really use them, so I don't know, maybe they're just not my kind of thing. I then have two Natasha Denona palettes, which I got a few years ago, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of them because they were expensive. I did have another one from her as well, but it just wasn't my favourite palette. So this is, I don't know if they still do this anymore. This is palette number 5. I'm not too sure if they do this anymore. But yeah, this is literally a palette full of shimmer shades, like greeny shades, but honestly, it's very chunky, but oh my god, like the pigmentation is there. I need to use this palette like 100%. I might keep it over here so I kind of remember, because I'm just like forgetting because it's just like tucked in the back. But yeah, I have that one, and then I have the purple one. Again, I got this quite a few years ago. This one is the number 10 palette. This is nicer because it's got like a couple more mattes. This is more like a satin kind of shade, but still a nice palette. I then have another Revolution palette. Sorry, I forgot to mention this one. This is the Foil Frenzy palettes. These shades are literally amazing. Like they are some of the best foiled shades that Revolution have ever created, like ever. Sorry, they are literally incredible. Like what the hell, that is Revolution. And I think this was like £10. I need to use this with like another palette because I just think it is incredible. I'm just here saying that I wasn't going to swatch any palette, and I'm just like swatching every single palette that I'm coming across pretty much. But yeah. Then I have the Morphe London X Tweedy Living My Best Life palette. I actually really like this. I feel like this is definitely one of the best drugstore palettes out there, to be honest, because I just feel like the quality of this is crazy. I need to use it some more, but I have literally used it quite a few times, and every single time I've loved it. And I think it is definitely one of the best palettes out there. I then have a couple of Colourpop palettes. So this is the Orange You Glad palette. I've literally used this about once, but I need to use it some more, especially for this shade here. It is such a pretty palette. I do want more of these, but I just feel like they're a bit expensive. Especially because I'm living in the UK, so it's like I have to pay tax and all that, and it's just... I then have the I Think I Love You palette. They changed this palette to the double Entendre palette, and what they basically did was they got rid of the black and put another matte shade in there, I think, like a neutrally matte shade, like maybe like a deeper brown shade, something like that. This palette is gorgeous. I was going to get rid of this, but then I decided not to because, yeah, it is too pretty. I then have the Yes Please palette. It always throws me off because it says Cute AF on the front. Obviously you've probably all seen this palette. I haven't used it too much, I don't know why, because it's gorgeous. I think it's meant to be like a dupe of the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, something like that. Definitely need to use that some more. The next palette I have is one of my favourites from Colourpop. This is the I Love Sarah He Colourpop Through My Eyes palette. This is gorgeous. I have used this shade before and it's stunning all over the lid. Such a gorgeous palette, oh my god. And then the last palette I have, I actually don't know what it is. I basically purchased the palette and then it came with all the shades individual and you've got to put them in your own palette. I love it. I actually love it. I've used this glitter shade before on this one. I need to use this one. I just love these shades. I think they're so cute. Amazing. And then the last few palettes for this drawer. I don't know why I've put them in here, but I just didn't know where else to put them. This bottom set of drawers kind of like falls all apart a little bit at the back. Like this bit here kind of like droops down. So I have to be careful how many palettes I'm putting in here. So this palette is the Pixie X Heart Defense palette. This came in one of the PR packages. I think it's like the double tap palette, I think that's what it's called. Okay, yeah, packaging. I'm just throwing packaging. I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. I haven't tried this yet, but I need to because it is so pretty. Neutrals, gorgeousness. Need to use it. I will probably use it at some point. I then have the Coloured Rain Queen of Hearts palette. I haven't used this in a while. I adore this. Literally, I love it so much. When it first came out on the Coloured Rain website, I had to purchase it. But it is gorgeous. Like, these shades are so stunning. Like, I literally can't. I don't think you can get this anymore. I don't think it's available, which is such a shame because it is amazing. If it's available, I'll definitely try and link it down below. But you know, it is gorgeous. It was available on Beauty Bay for a while. That was ages ago. And then the last palette for this drawer is the Born to Run Urban Decay palette. I might get rid of this because I just don't use it and it's a shame. I might give it to like my sister or something. I feel like she might like this. I do really like it, but it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the tone of the shadows. I might have to try and use it a couple times before I make my mind up on it. I have used it a few times. I've liked the looks, but you know, so yeah. So this is the end. I've finished all the palettes in this drawer. So I'm going to leave it there for today and then I will come back with a part 2 for the rest of my palettes. I feel like this video is going to be so long, so I don't want to bore you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button, follow my social medias, which I'll leave above here, and also give this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!